Hi everyone, this is Paul Thompson from Spitfire Audio. I'm going to do a walkthrough today with a quick demonstration of the different sounds of the mics. I'm not going to play loads of different articulations. I've loaded up the Violin 1 Spiccato in all three of these patches so that you can see and hear clearly the difference between the mics. So we'll start off. You'll see that I'm soloing this patch first. This is our all-in-one patch. Then I'm going to play this all-in-one alt, which is 3 alternate mic positions, and then all-in-one mixes, which is the stereo mixes. So these are being renamed. We keep going backwards and forwards on the naming of these, but they're now going to be called broad, medium, and fine. So the letters will be slightly different, but I'll explain when we get to that. So we'll start off with the main patch, what we're calling the main mics part of the library. We've got the usual things that you'll recognise here: the close mics, the deca tree, the ambient mics, and the outriggers. So I'll give you a demo of those first, just very quickly. So that's the close mics. Let's put the tree up. That's the tree. Let's solo the ambient mics. And then the outriggers. Now I'm going to switch back to the close mics now. I'm going to show you the difference between the close mics and the close ribbon mics. So here are the close mics again. And if I switch to the ribbon mics, so you can hear there's a very definite difference in the sound quality there. The ribbon mics, I guess, have a kind of warmer, rounder sound in some ways, and the ordinary close mics have maybe more transparency or maybe more clarity in some ways. So that gives you an idea. Now I'm going to switch now between the deca tree mics and the stage mics, just so you can see the difference between those. So here's the deca tree. And if we switch to the stage mics, again, you can hear, and then back to the tree. It's a very different sound, and incredibly useful to have the alternative there for those. Now, the final mic in the alt mics patch is the gallery mics. So I'm going to show you the difference between the ambient. I'm trying to kind of compare like for like in some ways. The gallery mics are much higher up and further back. But we'll compare them to the ambient mics, which are like this. And the gallery mics. So you can hear, you get a very interesting kind of blend of sound between those. Before we go on to the mixes, I'm just going to show you. I'll turn solo off. I'll mute the mixes, and then we'll just put together a quick blend of. I'm going to put a little bit of outriggers in. So I'm going to have some of the close mics, some of the outriggers, which are kind of like the tree sound but wider. Then for ambience, I'm going to use the gallery mics, and for the main kind of centralized stage position, I'm going to use the stage mics rather than the tree. So this is just I've picked kind of totally at random, but we'll see what it sounds like. So that sounds nice. Let's try something different. I'm going to put the tree back in, but instead of those close mics, I'm going to use the ribbon mics. I'm going to leave them at full volume, so we'll see what the tree sounds like with the ribbons as close. And then switching back to these close mics, push them back up. So you can hear, oops-a-daisy. that was still playing. That's why that little message came up. It told me that I didn't have any. It was receiving MIDI, but there are no mics turned on. So you were hearing then the close mics and the tree mics. So you can hear from that with these kind of 7 different microphone types, you've got an enormous amount of different kind of sound color that you can pick from to make up the sound that you want. You can get basically pretty much any kind of sound from the combinations of those. So let's look at the mix patch. So these are Jake Jackson has mixed for us. Our chief recording engineer has mixed for us his kind of 3 ideal blends of the different mics, and these have been done in the original sessions from the original multi-tracks. So this isn't a post-production mix. This is actually a mix that is being done in real time from the multi-tracks. So you're still at the high sample rate that we recorded at before you get to the final end, and it's converted down to 48K for Contact. So we've got 3 different mixes. They're essentially a kind of pop sound, a kind of intimate, independent indie film kind of thing, and then a kind of broad, more expansive sound. We have, as I say, we've renamed these so that the letters will be slightly different. But I'm just going to play you, again, we'll stick to the spiccato. I'll just give you a quick blast on all 3 mic positions. So, first one. Here is the second one. And here is the third one. So you can hear you've got 3 great full-bodied sounds with 3 very different applications. Incredibly useful to have those because it's it helps keep your system resources down, and for you can always write using these patches. Everything is sample accurate, so you can write using these ones, then you can switch back to the other patches, lay down different combinations of mics if you want. It's very, very useful, and very kind of everything interlocks. So hopefully we've kind of covered all possible bases with this system. So that's a look through the microphone choices and the stereo mix choices in Sable. We have obviously the 5.1 section as well. There's a set of patches just like this, but have 5.1 mixes. And again, I'm not going to demo those in YouTube because there's no point. But they are genuine 5.1 mixes. These are separate feeds, so these are not a collapse of the 5.1. These are their own independent mixes. So they both sound absolutely incredible, the different mixes, and hopefully they'll be very useful. So that's it for this one. More information coming shortly. Okay, thanks for listening.